Welcome to another edition of Shelby This Week. Here are some of the stories we have for you. Celebrating 35 years, the art fair is coming up fast. Learn what you can expect from the event this year. Along with the art fair, this new contest will have you putting on your apron and hitting the kitchen. The Shelby Township Police Department provided its social media followers with a backstage look into a night on the job. We have all these stories and many more on this edition of Shelby This Week. One very popular township event will be here before we know it. Stacy Santatera tells us everything to expect this year.
Mark your calendar because Shelby Township's art fair is quickly approaching. And this annual event is truly something special.
I think a lot of it is the atmosphere. It's got a real down-home atmosphere. It's not a huge event like Ann Arbor or any of those other big fairs.
But make no mistake, this down-home fair certainly holds its own.
These look good. The Route 66 is cool.
We have about 100 booths though this year, and it's a nice variety of artists, crafters, and we have our Michigan-made market, so that makes it a little bit more unique.
Another thing that makes the Shelby Township Art Fair unique is that there is something for everyone.
Not just in the pieces that are for sale, but we do have entertainment that's family friendly. Musical entertainment at the band shell, and we also have the kids area where they have crafts that they can do, and there's a couple of bouncers, and the nature center brings out critters that people can meet and pet and things.
This 35th annual art fair is no easy task to make happen each year. The Shelby Township Art Fair Committee, along with the Parks, Recreation, and Maintenance Department, work hard all year at rolling out a unique and entertaining weekend.
It's quality, for one thing. We want to try and get variety as well.
And this weekend could not exist without one very important aspect.
Sponsors are very important to the art fair because the funds that they provide help pay for things like signage and advertisement, but also the bands and a lot of the maintenance that goes into things.
The 35th annual Shelby Township Art Fair takes place on August 11th and 12th on the municipal grounds. Be sure to mark your calendar for a weekend that showcases the best of our township. For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacy Santatera.
If art really isn't your thing and you excel at baking, then the township even has a place for you at this year's art fair. The first ever Shelby Township Pie Contest will be on August 11th. The contest is open to all bakers regardless of your skill level. One pie entry is allowed per person. All entries must be sweet pies. The township is labeling a pie as a bottom crust, possible top crust, and a filling. While the crust doesn't have to be homemade, the pie filling must be made from scratch. No frozen or store-bought. All submissions will be due on August 11th at 1 p.m. at the booth on the municipal grounds. Judging will follow at 3 p.m. The judging panel will include Macomb County Executive Mark Hackle, Township Supervisor Rick Stathakis, Shelby Township Parks, Recreation, and Maintenance Director Joe Youngblood, and WDIV's Nick Monticelli. The pies will be judged on appearance, creativity, and taste. The overall top prize will include a feature on a future episode of Shelby TV's Living in Shelby Township, one free park pavilion rental, and the winner will also be showcased on the fall 2018 edition of the township's newest publication, Fountain. Grab those favorite recipes and start baking. With the primary elections right around the corner, the clerk's office here in Shelby Township is preparing for the big day. On August 7th, polling locations will be open from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. This year, you will notice voting in Shelby Township has been upgraded. At all 30 voting locations, you will find a new machine which will be used to tabulate your votes more efficiently.
The beautiful feature of this machine is that at the end of the day, with push of a button, we transmit the results immediately to the county. So results from polling locations are instant, and 10 after 8, quarter after 8, the results are transmitted to the county.
If you visited the polls during the special election in May, then you will find these machines familiar. The clerk's office says these machines are the best technology has to offer at this time. And just a reminder for everyone voting on August 7th, because this is a primary election, you are unable to split your ballot and vote for people across party lines. If you do, then your votes will not count, so be sure to only vote in one party. If you have any questions on voting or need information on your polling location, call the Shelby Township Clerk's office at 586-731-5102. Twitter was a buzz, and the Shelby Township Police Department were on the other side of the tweets. Kyle Warzebach tells us more on how the night shift took their followers along for the ride.
If you followed the hashtag tweets from the beat on Twitter Friday night, you witnessed the first ever tweet along from the Shelby Township Police Department, along with Troy, Auburn Hills, and Ferndale.
6 months ago, Troy PD contacted us and said, hey, do you want to do this? And we thought it was a great idea, and then it just picked up steam from there.
While officers Leslie Heisler and Jake Lucas followed the action throughout the evening, they wanted to do more than post updates.
We want them to know that they can reach out and talk to us. I think the ones that follow us already know that we're available pretty much 24/7, but I want them today to be able to get to know us a little bit better on a personal level and know that they can always ask questions. They can always reach out and any kind of questions they have.
We joke around a lot with people on here. It gives them a chance to see we have a sense of humor, that we're fun, we're normal people, but also get the word out.
Let's take a look at a few incidents that took place that evening. First, we head to an accident on DeQuinder and M59, a scene that involved 4 surrounding jurisdictions.
So this is actually where 3 or 4 jurisdictions come together. On the southwest corner, we've got Troy PD. On the southeast corner, we have Sterling Heights PD. On the northwest corner, we have Oakland County Sheriff's Department. On the northeast corner is our jurisdiction. So when an accident happens down in this little area, everybody comes. So you can see we've got all kinds of response units here, fire, EMS, police. Especially if it's an injury accident and there's any kind of investigation, everybody works as a team.
Charlie 122 will be pulling onto corridor at 23 mile.
And just as the night was wrapping up, an ordinary traffic stop got a little interesting.
So on that last stop, Officer Retzler observed the car with no license plate light, always has to be illuminated. So he stopped the car. I believe they detected some sort of odor coming from the car. So Officer Wojcik brought out Morpheus to do a sniff of the car. So they pulled the female driver out of the car. As I was assisting them, I walked the female driver to the curb, and she told me that there was a gun in the center console. There was a gun in the center console, and it belonged to her boyfriend, who is a CPL holder. But since she doesn't have the CPL, it's not her gun. She can't be driving with it like that. She had no previous arrests or issues with anything like that. So we took the gun, was brought back here to the station to be turned over to the boyfriend, and she was sent on her way with a warning as far as carrying the weapon like that.
If you enjoyed following the tweet along, then the good news is they are looking into doing this again in the future. For Shelby This Week, I'm Kyle Warzebach.
Still ahead on Shelby This Week, learn just how important it is to take your children to the eye doctor. While it just seemed like a normal flag football tournament, this organization had a specific purpose for the game. Our fire department scooped ice cream and raised money to send a kid to camp. We have all these stories and more, so stay with us.
Hi, I'm Matt Signorello, Lieutenant Inspector with the Shelby Township Fire Prevention Division. I'm here today to discuss escape planning. When it comes to escape planning, it's always wise to plan ahead. If a fire breaks out in your home, you may only have a few seconds to get out safely. Make sure everyone in the home knows where to go. First, make a home escape plan. It can be as simple as a family conversation. Always know at least 2 ways to get out of a room. Teach your children to escape on their own and to practice fire drills as a group. It is a good idea to keep doors closed, especially at night and especially with children. When it comes time to get out of your home, designate a meeting place, typically at the end of the driveway near a mailbox or a tree. If the alarm sounds, get out and stay out. Never go back in for anything. That's what the fire department is for. If the conditions are smoky, get low and go. Call the fire department as soon as you get outside. Implement your plan today and stay safe.
When it comes to children's doctor appointments, it is important to remember eye checkups. One local doctor spoke to our April Morton on the importance of getting this done sooner rather than later.
August is Children's Eye Health and Safety Month, and we went to Viewpoint Vision Care in Shelby Township so you can know the importance of getting your kids' eyes checked. School will be starting back soon, but while you're out shopping for backpacks and supplies, don't forget to have your school-age kids' eyes checked out.
I think it's very, very important. 90% of everything that we learn is through our vision, and many times children won't verbalize they're having difficulty. So getting a routine exam, a complete eye exam, is in the patient's best interest, the child's best interest.
Typically, children start getting routine eye checks around 5 years of age, unless
some developmental difficulty or an eye turn, or if they were premature.
There are also a few warning signs that a child may need glasses.
Squinting would be on the top of the list if they're nearsighted, but not liking to read, uncomfortable reading, reading below what they should be. The overall balance of the children can be thrown off with eye problems, so there's a number of things to look for, but it's usually scholastically related.
And Dr. Spittler also says that this machine may help detect a more serious eye condition in children, such as swollen optic nerve. That condition, which can cause blurred vision, as well as another condition, was recently detected by Dr. Spittler using this high-tech equipment, thus why eye health care is so important. Dr. Spittler will also like to remind parents to have kids wear goggles when playing sports to avoid eye injuries. For Shelby This Week, I'm April Morton.
Educators gathered at the Nature Center for an important lesson. Stacy Sansatera tells us how they were able to learn and study this topic.
I think it's really important for everybody to figure out what's important at the local level, because that's where really immediate change happens.
This is a great opportunity for us as a nature center to grow, for our community to kind of get the word out there that, hey, we want to care about this stuff. Let's all work together and do a little bit more about it.
The Burgess Shadbush Nature Center played host to an environmental action conference held by Earth Force.
We partner with nature centers, zoos, aquariums, all kinds of different types of nonprofit organizations all over the Midwest to implement action projects around environmental issues and engage in civic action processes all over the place.
This 3-day workshop offers tools and ideas to educators in order to engage our youth in community environmental issues.
So what environmental problems do our specific areas have? And then figuring out, making decisions, what do we want to work on as a group? What is important to us?
It is not only engaging our youth, you know, I'm learning a ton as far as curriculum-based processes to help me engage youth that already come to the Nature Center, but it's also giving me a lot of tools that I can hopefully share with other educators in the area.
This national conference is all about developing skills, knowledge, and motivation.
We partner with mostly science teachers, so they integrate this into their own curriculum, meeting the needs that they have to teach anyway.
We are getting all sorts of great teaching materials and resources from Earth Force and from the partners that are here this week, and we're, you know, kind of bouncing ideas off each other, which is essential for education.
And the best part? It's all grant funded by the EPA, the North American Association of Environmental Education, and Detroit's own General Motors.
Being based in the Midwest, they're really trying to get engaged in environmental issues and get their fingers out in solving a lot of environmental problems too.
And because of these grants, educators are able to educate each other on engaging all communities.
So it's important to the community everywhere, not just Shelby Township. So I think every community member should have a stake and say in the environmental problems that their specific community faces, you know, and it's different no matter where you live.
At some point, we all have to pass the torch, and how do you pass the torch to a youth member that's not engaged, that doesn't want to be involved? not only because they've never been involved before, but because they've never been given a voice or given an opportunity to get involved.
And this type of collaboration gives the youth a chance to get involved.
It gives them a chance to raise their voice and say, hey, I want to be passionate about this, teach me how to do it.
For more information on this initiative, visit earthforce.org. For Shelby This Week, I'm Stacy Sansatera.
An organized game of flag football gathered the military, first responders, and athletes from all around the area. But as Kyle Warzebach explains, it was more than just about the game for these players and game organizers.
A flag football tournament at Lutheran North High School was all about sending care packages to our troops overseas, in a joint effort by One Flame Clothing and Operation Care Package Michigan.
Yeah, so what One Flame Clothing is we are a clothing company founded out of Macomb, Michigan, actually. But what we wanted to do is we want to be more than just a clothing company. I saw an opportunity to give back in the community, so what we do is we create clothing for a bigger purpose. So what we're doing here today is we're having our second annual flag football fundraising tournament, and we are sending care packages overseas to the troops.
We are a 100% volunteer organization. Everything goes to send care packages to our troops. This is going on the 15th year of sending care packages to our soldiers, and we send them all year long, just not at Christmas or whatever, but we send packages all year long, and all the proceeds that we use are raised to ship them boxes.
Participating in the tournament was former MSU football stars Darian Harris and Tywan Jones, who feel that what they do is all possible because of our troops.
They give us an opportunity to do what we do. You know, Tywan and myself have been blessed and fortunate enough to play professional football, and what the troops do is lives on the line. They make sure that they keep us safe, and they allow us to do what we do each and every day, no matter if it's playing professional ball, no matter if it's going to work a daily 9 to 5.
For more info on how you can send a care package to soldiers overseas, go to ocpmi.com. And learn more about One Flame Clothing by going to one-flame.com. For Shelby This Week, I'm Kyle Warzebach.
Nothing says summer quite like ice cream, and Ashby's Double Dippers right here in Shelby Township was the spot to be if you wanted to meet the fire department.
Some ice cream?
The first responders were on hand during the afternoon to provide guests with their favorite flavor of ice cream. Regardless of the age, everyone had a smile on their face because they were able to enjoy ice cream and also contribute to a special organization.
The camp is for burn-injured children, whether they've spent one night in a burn unit or several weeks. It's a place where the kids can go and just be themselves. They don't have to worry about people staring at any of their injuries and that sort of thing. They get a week away, and it builds their esteem, and they come back and it's a second family for them.
While the fire department saves lives every single day, this was just another way to give back to someone who was in need. If you were not able to make it out to the fundraiser but would like to send a child to camp, you can visit greatlakesburncamp.org/wishlist. One holistic healthcare approach could be your solution to aches and pains. Our Kiatias talks to one local woman who teaches people the 101 on essential oils.
The interest in essential oils is on a steady increase. But what is essential oils and what does it do for you?
An essential oil is actually the concentrated parts of the plant. Some of the benefits of essential oils, there's a wide range of benefits, but a lot of reasons why people use them is mostly like preventative care and also just general first aid. So it could be anything from you want to get a better sleep at night, so you want to use lavender in your bathtub. A lot of times, to be on the safe side, you probably don't want to apply them directly to the skin. You take a nice deep breath of the oil. That's literally direct inhalation. It's that simple. I would just go ahead and follow the recommendation that's right on the actual bottle of the oil, but you can always mix it with a simple carrier oil, a good resource book. A lot of times they'll tell you different synergistic blends that you can use, that both of the oils working together actually work better for you than just one of them alone. So one thing that you want to do is less is usually more. So because essential oils are so incredibly concentrated, I would start with maybe 1 or 2 drops instead of going ahead and mixing something with 10 drops because it's going to be really overpowering. And you might want to
start with maybe trying it in your bath, or maybe using like a room spray, or starting it in a diffuser, and kind of play around with ones you like. If you like citrus oils versus a lavender or peppermint, those are great places to start. I would say that once to go ahead and just kind of dive into it, because once you get started, you realize how there's so many different uses, but don't be afraid to start.
Kia Tyus for Shelby This Week.
There were plenty of treasures to go around at the Shelby Township Flea Market. Robert Gambrell tells us about some of the great finds people were able to bring home.
This year's Shelby Township Flea Market, I had the pleasure to talk to some residents about buying and selling and how much this flea market means to them.
Well, I'm a consultant for Osborne Books and More, and they have children's books from babies up to teenagers, and I just fell in love with the books.
Judy Pasadino has been a part of the Shelby Township Flea Market for about 2 years, and she says that she loves selling books. It's different and unique, and it also gets people engaged into reading.
I thought I'd come here and meet some people and hopefully get some people interested in maybe wanting to have book parties so they can earn some free books for themselves, and then their kids can get books.
Shelby Township resident Paul DeFore has a very unique collection. It's full of guy things that should just belong in a man cave. And he says that he loves coming back to the flea market every year.
Yeah, it's fun, you know, to be out in the community, talk to other people, see all the other people selling. You know, if I wasn't selling here, I'd be walking around buying things. So it's a fun event. It's a perfect day. So
Laura White says that she's selling a lot of her mother's old things, but also some of her things as well. She says that this is just a great way to clean out the house.
I think it's a pretty happy crowd going around today, and they all find their own treasures that they like, and it's a good event that Shelby Township has, that you can not have to hold a garage sale at your house. You get a lot more traffic, so it's awesome to do it here.
I'm Robert Gambrell, Shelby This Week.
Coming up next, the Township's content specialist talks about the various pages and an initiative looking to feature your pictures. And one teen with many talents wrote a song which landed him a trip to New York City.
Gotta go, gotta see things, see new faces and brand new things. Gotta go places and do things, maybe to forget.
Arts, food, and entertainment are all coming to the area with the Shelby Township Art Fair. On August 11th and 12th, come to the municipal grounds just south of 24 Mile on Van Dyke to see what the buzz is about. There will be artists, crafters, and a Michigan-made market. Also, check out the live music and entertainment running all weekend from performers like the Detroit Circus to musical duos. Make sure to bring your kids and check out the kids' crafting and activity areas. Parking and the fair itself are both free, and everyone far and wide is welcome. For more information, visit the Facebook page Shelby Art Fair or check out the website at shelbyartfair.org. Thank you to our sponsors for making this event possible.
Did you know Shelby Township has many different departments operating social media pages? One of the people behind the screen is Erin McBain. She serves as the Township's content specialist. If you are searching for things specifically Township related, a great place to start is the Charter Township of Shelby Facebook page. You will be able to find up-to-date information on all things Township related. Shelby Township is also on Twitter and Instagram. You can find them by searching the Shelby TWP.
If people just have common questions about, codes or ordinances or even cool pictures they want to share with us but other people in the township too, they definitely can. And the social media like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all of that allows the whole community to connect better.
If you are interested in sharing your pictures, McBain has launched a campaign on Instagram. Tag Shelby Township in your photos and you will be featured in the Township story. She is calling this initiative the Shelby Showcase. So photographers, get out those cameras and start tagging. And don't forget to follow and like all the amazing department social media pages. Over 200 high schoolers entered to win $25,000. 36 states were represented, but the ultimate top prize went to one Macomb County student who is a natural at writing and performing.
The first place Musical Theater Songwriting Challenge Award goes to David.
David Volpini is the 2018 Musical Theater Songwriting Challenge winner. He was one of 6 finalists who were chosen because of a song he wrote.
I was actually writing a musical, and I found this competition, and so I submitted the opening number for my musical, and it got me to New York for finals, and then that weekend I worked on it and I won the competition. It would have been a great experience if I hadn't even won, just because it was so great to meet all these mentors that were like writing their own musicals, and like that was their job, so it was cool to see people who are like doing the thing that I want to do, and it was really nice just to make the connections and meet all the other finalists.
One of David's mentors back here in Michigan could not be more proud of his drive and talent, which he showcased in New York City.
To watch a student do that and feel that they have the power to do that and they feel empowered, that means a lot. We know that some students feel they need to have an instruction and be told to do something, and David steps outside of the box and he says, I'm going to do this. And he just did it. He's always writing songs, he's always noodling around on the piano and trying new things, and it's something that we enjoy.
With so many people enjoying David's musical abilities, everyone from coast to coast will be able to listen and read his work thanks to the largest musical and play licensor, Samuel French.
I really like just the idea that like I can do it, like that there's like songs out there that exist that I wrote, and like I have the ability to do stuff like that. I think it's really cool.
He may only be in high school, but David is already looking forward to the future.
I want to keep doing this for the rest of my life. I want to finish my musical and have a production of it. I really like writing music, so this is what I want to do.
You can't pretend this isn't great, sleeping long and stay up late.
The Macomb County Older Adult Advisory Committee and the Board of Commissioners are inviting seniors in the community to join them for a free trip to the Detroit Institute of Arts. On August 2nd from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m., anyone age 55 and older can take a bus and hear from officials and learn about the DIA. Tour the galleries and learn something new. You are asked to meet at the County Administration Building at 11:45 a.m. The bus will be back to the Administration Building by 3 p.m. that day. If you are interested in attending, call the board office at 586-469-5125. When you RSVP, be sure to mention Phil Randazzo. The North American International Auto Show is moving. Starting in 2020, the show will now be the week of June 8th. According to a press release, Rod Alberts, who serves as the executive director, said the show is undergoing its most significant transformation in the last 3 decades. Typically, it's been held in January. Automakers were limited to only use the inside of Cobo for the show. Now, with the change of season, officials for the auto show say they will be able to showcase the city and immerse people into the various outdoor spaces. The show attracts millions of people to the city every single year. And with this change, new opportunities will be provided for travelers who come from all over. Alberts was quoted as saying, "We strongly believe we can continue to deliver a significant economic impact for our great city and offer an event unlike anything anyone has ever experienced. While we still have more than 1 year until the change takes place, you can mark your calendars now for the 2019 Auto Show at Cobo. It will kick off on January 12th. That's all we have for this edition of Shelby This Week. Remember, you can always watch us online or on Facebook. Just search Shelby TV. We will leave you now with scenes from the latest Wednesday event at the library. Enjoy, and thanks for watching.
I'm gonna shake, rattle,